Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. This is episode 4 of my Factorio tutorial Let's Play. Last episode, we started smelting for all the basic resources. Off camera, I added a few more steam engines to the power setup, and I set up miners to feed the smelting array. Today, we'll be drawing the smelted resources into a main bus, and depending on whether we have time or not, we will be possibly getting red and green signs automated. Okay, so, now that we have an iron smeltery here, a copper smeltery, a steel smeltery, and then a stone to stone brick smeltery here. Now, what I did is there's a coal that I mined off the coal mine over here that's bringing down here. It's on the outside here. And I have stone that I brought down from the stone mine. Half of it's feeding to this and half of it's feeding down over here. Now, that'll use for something, and I'll explain that. But what we're doing is we're making a main bus. And what a main bus is it is a place where you have all your resources. So it'll be belt lines that we have all our resources down. So we'll have a bunch of lines for resources. So we'll have these four belts will be full of iron. So we'll have iron pulled into these belts here. And then we'll have 4 belts of copper. And then whenever we need the resources to build stuff, we'll use splitters to take the resource off the line and bring it over to where we need to use it at. So that's what a main bus is, and I'll show you in practice how it works. But the first thing we need to do to build a main bus is to get the resources from our smeltery and bring them onto lines where they can be at. So we have for iron and copper, we're going to use a lot of them, so we're going to need 4 belts full of iron and copper because of how much we're going to eventually be using. And then we're going to need 2 belts of steel, and then we should only need 1 of coal, 1 of stone bricks. So, and then we'll have all the other stuff that we craft and that we're going to use, and we can put them on main buses as well. So I'm going to make sure we have some space over here to pull stuff in, but I'm going to start making a main bus area like this. So here, I'm going to bring it down a little bit over here, I'd say. And now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to leave 2 gaps on either side in between the things. So we'll have, the way it'll work is we'll have sets of 4 like this. Now, each set of 4 isn't going to be a separate resource, but this one here is going to be a resource. These 4 are going to be iron, these 4 are going to be copper, and then these 2 will be something else, and then these 2 will be steel, and so forth and so on for every different thing. And we'll have single belts here full of stuff. But the reason we have this with 2 gaps in the middle is so we can do this. We can split stuff off, and we can take it underground like this, so it never has to interfere with the belts. We can do that in either direction to bring them to our crafting sites. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna estimate about how much I'm gonna need, and I'll probably have a little bit more lines than where we're gonna need, just because I like to have a few extra just in case. But I'd like to make a few more of these. Like that far should be plenty. Actually, I'm pretty sure we can probably make do with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to the stone bricks smeltery over here. Sorry, not there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some of the stone bricks from here. I'm going to run through here and grab a few of the stone bricks. And I'm going to take these 100 or so stone bricks, and I'm going to build the path around where we're starting the main bus at. So this is where the main bus is starting, which means that we're going to bring the stone path here to about down to that far, and then across like this. Now, if we had a few more, we'd cut it off here, which is what I want to do. So I'm going to actually go back up there and get a few more, because we're going to need to do that before we finish that area there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting off an area around the main bus with stone path, and then we're going to be drawing stuff from the main bus outside of the path of the main bus and building different stuff. One of the first things we'll be doing is red and green signs. So what I want to do here is set this like this, leave a 2 space gap there, and then do this. Now the reason I'm doing 4 belt lines of 4 is because that's the farthest range that underground belts can go. At least the yellow ones. The future ones have a longer range, but the yellow ones, which are what we're using for now, have a shorter range than that. So let's use up all those to clear that area there. And now this is our main bus. So this part of the main bus is going to be iron. So we're going to need to bring in iron here. But what we're going to do is, since we have 4 different smelters, and they may not all produce the exact same amount, so what we need to do is we need to have a few... I didn't mean to craft that. We need to have a few... We need to have these 4 different belts. They're going to pull onto this here. Right? And what we're going to do is, what we're going to need to do is evenly split them up. So how I do that is like this. So we're going to bring the iron down like this. But what we're going to do is evenly split it among the 4 belts. So we're going to do what's called a 4-way splitter. I'm just going to need to go back one. So what this does is it takes 4 belts and it evenly distributes them among the 4 belts. So it evenly distributes the 4 that come in to 4 new ones. Like this. And then we'll have more belts like this, bringing in each of the iron ore from these mines like this. There. And then we'll have those ones bring down into here, and then once we have these iron smelters up and running, they'll also feed into the same one. So, we're going to do the same thing for copper. We're going to bring it in and do another one of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blueprint of this, and I'm going to paste it right here. And we're going to be doing that exact same thing again. So we're going to need a few of these to craft with, but what we're going to do is... So we really need more tracks. So I'm gonna do something here. I'm going to do this. This is very temporary. This isn't gonna stay here. The stone path is gonna be here. This is gonna be the top area there. So I need a little bit more first. There, that should work. Do this like this. Okay. Now we're gonna bring this up to here as far as I can go, and then this one will go here, and then we'll take one of these like that. Give power to this section here. And now we're going to take this belts, which need iron gear wheels, which means do this like this, and we're going to take these like this, and then we're going to have one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and one of these, and do this, and then do this. This is very temporary here. This is just to make us a few belts. Okay, now what we're going to need to do is a few of these. I don't want to craft green circuits. I'm gonna come grab some iron as I'm coming through here, though. Very useful, very useful. So, I've already started disassembling the starter base, because we're not going to be using this starter base for very much longer. I've already disassembled the iron mine going to it and the copper going to it, so it's almost completely dead. So, we're going to be destroying this all eventually. So, but for now, I'm just gonna break the parts that we're done using for the time being, because I'm gonna break that off camera after this episode, the rest of the starter base, because we're about to have the rest of the main base about to be functioning, and as soon as this is functioning, we're not gonna need the rest of the thing. I also made this section here for grenades, which the reason I made a few grenades is because trees are annoying to kill, but you can clear an area real quickly with grenades by hitting the trees. I'll show you how to do that in a little while, whenever I need to kill some trees. But for now, I'm just going to set up the rest of this. So we got this section here set up. Now I'm going to make a few more of these, and a few more, I'm not going to make any of those. A few of these, and I'll set the splitters right, how they're supposed to, the underground belts, and right here, and grab some of these. 82 already, nice. Now, what we're gonna need to do here is we're gonna need to make those. Those are being crafted. But what we're gonna do is take in copper from here, like this. And these four are gonna be copper. We do need a little bit more tracks, and we will soon. Now, what am I going to do here? I think I want to do this. The other way. There we go. That'll just move them into there a little bit faster there. Let's see. What are we doing here? We need to set this like this. This like this. Although the first one's the most important right now. The most important line here is right now, because the rest don't really need to be hooked up at this exact moment. But the top one needs to pull copper onto the belts. Let's see if we can hook this one up. Now the reason I pulled down copper or stone over here and coal over there off the main bus is just for the simple fact that I want to put those on the main bus. So next, what I'm going to pull onto the main bus is steel, which will be, let's grab this, which will be right here. Then we're going to have a second line of steel here. Let's see if we're going the right way. Second line of steel there, and then we'll have stone bricks here. Oops, I didn't need to do that. We'll have stone bricks here. That'll put stone bricks next to this on this line. We'll bring this down like this. These will all go here. You can go ahead and put in these. Now what we're going to do here is this. Since these are both steel, we want them to both have an even number, so I'll put a splitter there, which will evenly distribute the two rows to each other. And then these are going to all be going under here. Probably going to run out of underground belts here. But that's okay. Now what we're going to do is take these here, these to here, these to here. Now those are all copper, which means these are the steel ones. Now what we're going to do with steel is this. So we're going to have green circuits right here. We're going to automate those, and we're going to put them on those two lines, which means that we're going to have steel on these two here. And then stone bricks will be here, stone will be there, and coal will be there. So we need, actually, we could probably have coal on the inside here because of, that'd make it easier because of this. So here, I'm going to grab these belts over here. I'm going to make, well, I already used all the iron here. I'm going to make a few undergrounds. And I should have a good amount of numbers here. So I'm going to take coal from over here. That was just straight off the coal mine, and I'm going to bring that down here and put that on the main bus here. then we'll take stone bricks like this. And stone like this. Most of the stuff that we put on the main bus, we won't be pulling it in from the top. So we don't need that much space up here. Because we would not be able to fill in all of these if we were trying to pull them up from the top like this. There's not going to be much that we're pulling in from the top at all, for that matter. Mostly all we have left is just steel, and that should be almost the last thing that we take from up above the main bus. So this main bus is going to run down for a long time. It's going to run down for a very long distance, as far as we need to be making stuff, which is until the end of the game. Now, the end of the game is when you launch a rocket, so the rocket's the ending. That's the last thing we're going to do. And the game's over. Let's see. I'd like to get steel here if I can. Good, there's that. Now, second steel. Nice, we got one thing of steel here. Now we're going to have one of these here as well. Just to even that out better. We're going to take some more transport belts that we have. Now this one isn't quite as important for the moment, so if I'd like to set up stone and stone bricks for the time being. Which I can't really do. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in the rest of these belts, bringing all these things over to them off screen. Because that'll take a while. But what we are going to do is see if we can make a design for making some science. Now, before that, I'm going to need more assembling machines. So, for me to get more assembling machines, I'm going to need some more iron. So, I'm going to grab some of the iron here. Craft some assembling machines. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to make science. And to make science, we're going to need, or to make green science, we're going to need inserters. Which means to make inserters, we'll need to have green circuits made first. And green circuits are some of the hardest things to make. So what we're going to need to do here is we're going to need to make this kind of... We're going to need to make this kind of format here. We'll need to have... Let's see. We're going to need to take these, move it a little bit farther down, give us a little bit more space maybe over here, so... Now, what we're going to need to do is have these set here. These are going to need to be copper coils. And these are going to be green circuits. So, green circuits need 3 copper cables for every half a second. So, they're going to need 6 copper cables a second. And to get 6 copper cables a second, this makes 2 a second. So, if you have 3 of these machines, it'll make 6 a second. So, we need 3 machines to feed... we need 3 copper coil machines to feed 2 green circuit machines. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to take these like this. That'll take 2 off of each. So it'll take 2 from this one, put it on this one, 2 from this one, put it on this one, 2 from this one, I'll put it on that one. Which is good. And then this, you're also going to need iron. So these are going to need copper. And they're going to need a lot of copper. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to take a lot of copper by doing this. We're going to draw 2 belts of copper. I have none of these. We're going to take 2 different belts. We're going to draw from them here as well. And what we're going to do here is we're going to bring copper down here like this. And this is going to go underground here. So I'm going to need a little bit more iron. A little bit of belts. Good. We're going to need to grab this like that. And then this like this. Now, after you draw off of a belt, to keep it going, you put a splitter to draw off. And to keep it going, you could just do this, but then this one line would have less than this. So what you need to do is you need to do this to reevaluate the line and reset it. You need to do that every single time that you draw off the belt, off of any belt. This is for if it's 4. If it's a belt that has 2 items on it, you just put 1 splitter after it, like that. That's what we would do for steel. And then if it's 1 thing, you don't have to rebalance it afterwards because it'll put everything that you didn't draw off to the thing. So we do that like this, and then we need to have iron coming into these. So we're going to need iron coming in here. And then we're going to need to have green circuits being produced. And I'd like to, then we're going to need to use either long inserters to put it on the middle belt, or to that belt there. What I think is what we're going to do. That's probably what we're going to do, yeah. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to mirror it on the other side like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these here like this, and then do the exact same thing like this. Like that. And then, I need to give it a space for them. We're going to need to put another line here, which is iron. Nope. What we're going to do here is we're going to have 2 lines on the inside that are green circuits, and then 1 here that is iron. And then it'll draw off like this, and then it'll deposit like this, and then we'll have these here, this one here, this one here, this one here. And we're gonna copy these, shift right click to copy, shift left click to paste. So we're gonna take it like this, and then we need to do the same, I'm not gonna do that, that's not very useful. What we're gonna do is, we're gonna need to also draw off 2 belts like this of copper. So we're gonna need a lot of green circuits in total. In total, we're gonna need a lot of them. This is one of the biggest things on the bus. Iron, copper, and green circuits are the 3 biggest things that go on the bus. So we're gonna need to bring this is for iron, which means we're gonna need to do this. That's gonna come there, and then we're gonna take these like this, and then we're gonna need to do it again here, meaning to do this, and then fill those in there. Then we're gonna need to take these up like this, so we're gonna take this up. Okay, get a little more transport belts here. So now we're gonna need to get a few more. We're gonna take the iron onto the belt this way, and we're gonna need to fix this copper because you can't get it when it's right next to each other. It just won't get it out. And we're gonna need to do this, and then for copper, we're gonna need to draw like this. Now, this isn't done because we're going to need to put splitters there to redistribute it after we use it, but that will be good. We're going to need more than just 3 splitters, but... And temporarily we'll have those in there. Now, we shouldn't need much to do these, so we'll need to grab this, and then a little bit here, make a few more splitters. Now, this one, there, and then this one, and this one there. Good. So this will produce those, and then these will put them on the outline like this. Then we can evenly distribute it like that. So these ones will put it on this side of this belt, and these ones will put it on this side of this belt, and then they'll mix onto either side whenever they go through the splitter there. So what we need to do is do this and this. Like that. We need to bring these like this. We need to take this like this. Oh, I forgot to put these in here. Not that one. Okay, so that'll do that like that. And then these need to be taking a little more. So what we're going to do is... there's these fast inserters. I want to make some of those. And we're going to take them and do it like this. So instead of drawing from 2 regular inserters, which will give us enough speed, we're going to take it from 1 fast inserter and deposit for 2 long inserters, because it needs to deposit a lot quicker than it is right now. So then with these coming out here, it'll evenly distribute it like that. Now we need to get a few more belts, and then a little bit more iron. Now we need to grab some undergrounds. Now the first thing I'm doing is taking this like this, which is just the first step here, so that I can evenly distribute this. So we're going to take this one, because this one can go that way, but the other one would need to go away. So we're going to take it like this. Like that. So we're going to move it over here. All the stuff we make from this, we're going to take it like this, over to this, and then right onto the main bus. And then it's its own slot. And then steel will be right here. And we're good to go. Now I can break these over here. And now the green circuits are on their slot, steel is on their slot. Then we'll have coal from here, then stone bricks, and then stone, which I'll bring in a minute. From there. And now we have a module here, which is good. It's a module. So what we can do is we can take this, take off this part here. We can take this and we can place it down. I believe we can place it like this. I think that works pretty well. We just need to change a few things. We can put this here and this here, so meaning it'd be the one after these, which would be that, and that would be that. Good. And then these would be that. And then I'll redo the blueprint like this. And now we should be able to place it like this. And it's tileable now, so we can do this over and over again and we'll never run out. So we're gonna need a lot of green circuits, so I'm gonna place this blueprint a bunch of times. And we'll expand it whenever we're running out of green circuits, we'll expand it and add on to it. So that was that part there. So to recap what we did in the episode, we took all our stuff from our smelteries, we brought them down here onto the main bus, put them on a main bus, drew off the main bus to make some belts, which are gonna destroy that thing in a little bit, and made green circuits. We'll put the green circuits back onto the main bus, and now we are ready to start making more things. So that was this episode. Please comment, like, and subscribe. It does really help, and have a great day.